Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to talk about a product called the Amazon Echo. And first I want to emphasize that it's not a product that I have been involved in making, and not the company that I'm from either. So I have no relation to making this product. But the reason why I'm talking about it now is because it has caused a huge stir in the audio community and basically all over the internet. And basically everyone we talk to, customers and so on, talk to us about this Amazon Echo, and they want to build their own one. So it's a really huge thing right now, at least for us. So what is it? Yeah, that's the one, the Amazon Echo. So has anyone heard of it? Do you know where it is? Yeah, a few people. So it's only launched in the US right now, and it's a smart loudspeaker basically. And what's smart about it is that it has voice control. That's one part. So you can say, for example, Alexa, it answers to the keyword Alexa. So you can say, Alexa, play me something by the Beatles, and it will play you something by the Beatles. Or you can say, Alexa, volume up, volume down, and so on. And the other thing that's quite cool about it is that it's connected to the internet, of course, and to Wikipedia and so on. You can ask questions, and it will answer. So yeah, it's a pretty cool product. I can move on to the next slide.
We'll see. John agrees.
Oh, yeah, thank you. Yeah, so that was the product. A little bit about the company I'm from. I don't have time to go through it, but the important thing is that what we do is speech enhancement. We make conference phones basically sound good. Signal processing, basically, removing echo and noise and so on. And our background is for conference phones. So where we fit in this Amazon Echo world is that we do the speech enhancement before the voice control. So we don't do the voice control actually. We clean the audio signal for the voice control. What I'm going to talk about is some difficulties that you will encounter if you're going to make your own Amazon Echo. You can switch. Yeah. So these are the three problems that you will encounter. Problems related to speech pickup, of course. Echo, noise, and reverberation. I can switch to the next one. So the first one, echo. Of course, it's a loudspeaker, so it plays music, and it also has microphones to pick up the speech. So the problem is, of course, that the microphones also pick up echo from the loudspeaker, and this echo is really, really strong. And I mean, if you're not familiar with this setup, you might say that, okay, there's something called acoustic echo cancellation. Let's just apply that and it will work. Well, it won't work out of the box usually, because there are a lot of problems. For example, the echo can be really, really strong, over 30 dB stronger than the speech, for example. And you also have other kinds of things to take into account, for example, loudspeaker distortion, things like that. Typically, echo cancellation aren't really built to handle that. So that's one of the big problems. Another problem is noise. This is perhaps more intuitive. I'm not going to talk a lot about that, but it's, imagine what I've written there. Real tricky problem. What if the noise is not fan noise as in this picture? What if it's another person speaking but not to the device? So it's really hard problem to differentiate. I mean, what is noise and what is speech to pick up? Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that's my final slide. The final problem: reverberation. So reverberation is the sound that stays basically in the room after the source has become quiet. And it can be both good and bad. Typically what's bad is late reflections, sound that comes late, and it makes everything smear together, so it's hard to understand what's being said basically. And what you can do to combat that is you can have directive microphones, for example, or you can have some fancy microphone beamforming array kind of things. Okay, so if you apply that and you think that will solve your problem, well, it might be, but you have to take certain things into account. So, for example, directive microphones and microphone arrays assume a free field around them. So in a device like this, we have a lot of plastics, so it's not really free field. So things aren't really according to theory, so we have to take that into account. And the final thing, there's the reverberation can sometimes be stronger than the direct wave. So for example, if you're far away from a source, typically in a room with even normal reverberation, the reverberation can be much stronger than the direct wave. So if you have a directive microphone and you're pointing it in the source of the speaker, there's no really audible difference between, I mean, which way you point it, because the reverberation is so strong anyway. So that is another thing to really take into account. So that was it, basically. And I'm sorry if I have made you, I mean, it was not my point to scare you away from making such a device, but I just want to point out the things that are perhaps not really intuitive in building such a device. So if you're in, yeah, sure. If you need help, we can help you. So.